Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is a new chess daily game that I'm going to be playing with another subscriber. This is Bochdog10, and thanks for the challenge. And yeah, we've started playing. We're halfway through, and I currently am white. Open up. He does the Scandinavian attack, and this is something I've never seen. Like, this is very rare line that I've seen. So maybe he's trying to confuse me. So. Maybe trying to embarrass me. Anyway, we're defending the pawn and also attacking the pawn. So, yep, simple development moves now. So it's a bit awkward at the moment. Not used to this opening at all. So that's probably a good thing on his part. Moving our pawn forward. I don't normally move the pawn forward. I usually move and pin, or start wanting to move here, or even move this one out to support the other pawn. But we're unable to do that at this stage of the game, so maybe I could have done this and think about moves like this, or even get the bishop out that way, and shadow the bishop. Okay, so he takes and I take back. Was thinking about long-term development or long-term structure there, but maybe I was better off taking with the pawn here and keeping the three pawns on the side together. But we got 5, so that's not a bad thing. Okay, so he opens up, moves the pawn, trying to stop my favourite move. So he's probably watched a few of my videos and he knows I like doing that move, so I've become predictable when it comes to that. So that's a decent move that we do in black generally. Okay, so we've moved forward to just to protect, so we've got this one twice. So this is just a simple opening. He does my favourite move on me and does the pin. And if you've watched a few videos, what we should always do is remove the pin, because what happens is, if we don't remove the pin, he'll take this pawn and we'll go, oh, okay, we'll just move and take that, and then he just takes the queen. So we don't want to do that. So we just avoid that problem straight away. Unless, of course, you've got a good memory, or you can train yourself. You could probably practice remembering that this is always a pin. So we could always practice that weakness and then you could always have that pressure there if you know how to handle it. So anyway, he defends his bishop. Knights on the board, probably a grim, but it's probably the only way that he can actually handle, get his knight involved. But the problem is here, and I didn't do this. What I should have done was just take, because that means he just doubles his pawns up on the rim, on the H file. So yeah, I should have probably just taken, but I didn't do it. I didn't take that chance. So I went here. I should have taken the knight. I'm probably a little bit annoyed about it, to be honest. I should have taken it because it was a winning position, and now the knight was able to get to a strong square. Now attacking this twice. Okay, so I should have taken it. That could have been a blunder. It's probably more inaccuracy than a blunder. So you can make all inaccuracies in the world, but blunders can actually destroy your game. So, alright, so you can play bad chess, but as long as your opponent does a blunder, you can win the game. So anyway, we're putting pressure on the bishop, hoping he exchanges, because normally we're getting told to exchange this defender. Because when you lose your defending knight, usually I have bad games, so because it usually protects this square. But if you don't have that square, then your bishop and queen can come down on this file, and that can get really nasty. So we have to be worried about it. So in the future, now he's attacking our bishop, but he's freeing up and defending each other. So it's sort of like the 2 knights versus the 2 bishops at the moment. So not sure. He does have that square, I've got to remember. So in recent times, I've been telling you to always look at where the knights can go. So this is just a good habit, just to always look at the threats with the knights. And just see, they always say look at the checks as well. But just to get in the habit, just break it down and just, just this week we'll just just focus on the knights and just see what positions they move. And then hopefully you get that good at it. You don't need to always think about it. You just naturally always remember where the knights always threaten. Or even, and then you can go, you know, like you can go here, and then you can go, oh, okay, the next square. So you can always look at, just in case they redirect, sometimes they can, you can go extra. So first of all, you can look at the instant threats or the future threats when you get a little bit more composed in your game. Okay, so now we are looking at this square here. We're actually putting pressure on here. We're controlling this square twice, so it's not looking bad for us. We do have to be careful not to overextend. We are ahead of development at this stage, so we do have a plus. We are down a pawn now because this knight took the pawn. But there's a bit of tactics here. Maybe we'd be able to get it. There is a chance that we can take here and get his king exposed. So we do have some counterplay here, and our pieces are very active, but we can't fall asleep because these knights can rain havoc and just become a headache for us. So we've just got to be careful of what these knights are going to do. He puts pressure on the bishop. I run it back and just put some pressure on his active pieces. So we're protecting here. And if he goes here, then we can either retreat here or down here. Usually in a lot of openings, the bishop sits on the b3, supported by the pawns, which is perfectly fine, going for the f7 square, and usually it becomes pinned because there's the king there. So, okay, anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I'm waiting for him to make a move, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.